got the rebound. Wolves try to corral him, but Jamal beats him up the floor. Pushes the pace down the lane. Off to Christian Brown. Layup is good. The Wolves need a timeout. 9:39 left to go in the first half. It's Denver up by 15. 26-4 run since midway through, since the 4:13 mark of the first quarter. So that's over a span of about 7 minutes. They've outscored the Wolves 26-4. Denver 41, Minnesota 26 on the Timberwolves radio network.
Hey, honey, the battery light on my dash lit up. I think I'll take it to a shop today.
Really? I can take care of that.
Are you sure?
Of course. Okay, got my battery. Let's just drop it in and...
Are you okay out there?
I think so.
Should my car be smoking like that?
Some things are better left to the professional. When you need your vehicle fixed, trust your local repair facility. And when you need a battery, trust FVP. Visit FVPparts.com for an installer near you.
When you drive a vehicle so reliable it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Visit your local Kia dealer today to see what you're capable of in a vehicle that inspires confidence around every corner. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available. Warranties include 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain and 5-year, 60,000-mile basic. Warranties are limited. See retailer for details.
Your lucky jersey, your pack, your hometown team. It's Superfan season in Minneapolis downtown, so don't miss out on a minute of fun, friends, and nonstop excitement. From pregame meetups to postgame celebrations, be there for your favorite teams and the big wins. In Minneapolis, we play for the love of the game, and you're the best part of our story. Visit MPLSdowntown.com to get your game on. See you downtown.
TimberTech and TimberTech.com not only are the best in the business, but the decks they develop and the decks they build are the highest of quality. In fact, you will endure a lifetime of happiness with that deck with TimberTech. So ask for TimberTech when putting together your next project, and that also can include porches. TimberTech.com is where you find the free samples. Once again, start at TimberTech.com. Separation here early in the second quarter. They lead the Timberwolves 41-26. They're up by 15 after trailing by 7 early. Attention parents, summer's just around the corner. Now's the best time to register your child for the Wolves and Lynx summer basketball camps. Camps are being held throughout the metro region. They'll feature a special appearance by Crunch. Registration's now open at TimberwolvesBasketballAcademy.com. That's TimberwolvesBasketballAcademy.com. Jim, this game got off to a great start for the Wolves. Crowd was into it. Ant was humming. 11 early points, 7-point lead. It's all kind of falling apart.
You kind of put a lineup on the floor in the non-Jokic minutes that couldn't score. I mean, it just was not the kind of unit you can have on the floor at that time. I mean, Kyle Anderson is just not right now in a groove offensively. It just does not help when you're shooting 34.6%. You don't have guys that can put the ball in the hoop. So Naz has struggled a little bit here, even though he's 2 for 2. He's not been all that great here trying to create offense for himself. We need him to be that guy that is going to be the potent offense off the bench.
Like he was in games 1 and 2. He had 14 and then 16. So the 5 on the floor right now is Mike Conley, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Naz Reid, and Rudy Gobert.
Naz and Na are both a minus 17 in this game right now.
Here's Mike with it up top, blows by the perimeter defense, floats it up down the lane and converts. So it was a 26-4 run. It was a 14-2 run to end the first quarter and then 12-2 to begin the second. This is where Denver, like I said, got their separation in game 3, and then the Wolves were trying to battle back all night long, and they just never could. Murray to the right side. Here's Justin Holiday. Gets away from Conley. Pulls up on a mid-range jumper. That is short, but it might be because he got fouled by Mike Conley from behind. 2 fouls now on Mike Conley. Free throws coming up for Justin Holiday. We're going to have to add Justin Holiday's name to the list of Wolves killers. He's maybe not at that elite level, but maybe as a bench guy. Could be a bench Wolves killer. First free throw, no good.
He's been really good here this entire series after being really bad against the Lakers.
He's like jumped from maybe the 8th or 9th guy that Mike Malone will go to maybe the 6th or 7th guy.
Sure.
So he's made that jump, like over Peyton Watson, coming in before Christian Brown. He and Reggie Jackson usually come in around the same time. 1 out of 2 for Holiday at the line. It's 42-28. 9 to go, second quarter. And who was a +1 is back out on the floor. 11 points. Ant's a -5. 4 of 6 shooting. Here's Conley with it up top. He'll pop on a straightaway 3. It's offline. No. Nas battling for the board. Couldn't squeeze it. Christian Brown's got it. Denver, 11 rebounds. Timberwolves, 11 rebounds. Jokic back on the floor. On the logo at midcourt. 2-man game with Murray. Jokic against Rudy Gobert. Right side of the floor. Isolated there. Comes Jokic across the lane. Left hand. Now the one-footed fall away. Got it. Stroked it from 8 feet. He's 6 of 8 shooting. He's got 13.
When you are shooting 35.7%, you need some second chance points. Bulls have 0 tonight so far in the game.
And bottled up down low. Out to Mike Conley. Now, and left side beats Brown. Baseline, reverse layup. He got it. Brad's a tough 2, though. Christian Brown has actually been one guy, along with Justin Holiday, who have defended Ant fairly well in limited time. Numbers bear that out. Here's Jamal Murray right side against Conley toward the baseline. Another whistle, another foul. Jamal taking advantage of the matchup against Mike Conley. That's going to be his 3rd. Karl Anthony Towns going to come into the game. The Wolves are going to go with some big minutes here with Nas, Cat, and Rudy on the floor. Pretty sure the first time in this series we're seeing all 3 bigs at once.
Not sure we saw it in Phoenix either.
There's Jokic taking Rudy inside. Up off glass. Shot is good.
The ease with which he scores is... It's unbelievable. It really is. I mean, compared to how hard Karl Anthony Towns has to work to try to even get to the painted area.
Showing a trap on Ant. Here's Nas with it up top now. Nas will rumble down the lane. His layup is good. Well, Denver tried to mix things up there, but in this league, if you do that, try to zone up or trap, guys are just too good. Holiday, right corner 3 on the way. Finally missed one. Weak side rebound, Towns. Timberwolves are down by 14. They've got the ball on the push. It's Ant. Right-handed dribble in the paint. On Porter Jr. Back out to Cat. Good ball movement. Nas went off the 3-point line. He'll drive it and jam it through with the right hand. Rudy occupied Jokic, and that left an open lane for Nas to attack the rack.
Little highway screen that time by Rudy Gobert on Nikola Jokic to give Nas that lane drive right to the rim.
Jamal Murray with it up in the front court. Wolves are within a dozen. Off the Jokic screen. Murray lost it. Good physical defense. Jaden's all over him out at midcourt. Murray with 4 to shoot. Now with 3. Still working against McDaniels. The fadeaway 21-footer is good with 1 on the shot clock. Elite shot making. 4 points, 6 assists for Jamal Murray. Jaden did just about everything possible to slow down that shot. And Jokic commits a intentional foul. They'll say it's before the act of shooting for Anthony Edwards. But Ant just blew by Jokic. He just reached out with 2 hands and intended to foul him. It's the first team foul against Denver. I'm sure Jokic knew that. 48-34. 14-point Denver lead. Wolves from right to left in the association ones. And splits 2 defenders by getting to Rudy inside. He got wrapped up by Holiday and a whistle and a foul. So back-to-back fouls on Denver. Sideline out of bounds again for... Well, they're going to send Rudy to the free throw line there. Well, honestly, I don't know what's continuation and what's not anymore in the league. So usually I just wait for someone to go to the free throw line or not.
Think about Minnesota in game 1, how well they shot the basketball in game 1. I mean, they had to shoot 71% in the second half and 58% for 3 to win by 7 in game 1. So the Nuggets, they have been so good here and so efficient in the second quarter. 8 of 9 shooting. That last miss on the other end of the floor was the first miss of the quarter for Denver in the game tonight. So 89% here in the second quarter.
Well, that was the problem the other night, too, right? It's impossible to come back when the other team only misses, a shot every 3 minutes or 4 minutes.
I'll tell you what, that last shot that Jamal Murray made, too, I don't think Jaden could have guarded him any better. It was the best defense you'll ever see a guy make a shot on. Unbelievable.
1 out of 2 for Rudy Gobert at the free throw line. Down by 13 midway through the second quarter. Nas commits a foul on Nikola Jokic coming up the floor. That's the third on the team. And for Nas, that's his second. Wolves committed 9 fouls, Denver 7. Free throws, Wolves 8, Denver 6. MPJ guarded by Rudy, perimeter right. Nas is on Jokic. Nas has done fairly well against Nikola in this series. Not so much dating back to the regular season. Jokic spins in the paint, rises and hits, and again, makes it look simple. 8 of 10 shooting, 17 points. Got on the right side. They bounce it off to Carl. Mid-post right side. Banging away with Porter Jr. Spin to the baseline. There's the jump hook. That drops in.
I think I'd almost rather see Carl on a right box post-up than a left box post-up.
I feel like that shot has a much better chance of going in. I love the jump hook, but I love it from that side of the floor. That's exactly right. There's Jokic. Got knocked away by Rudy, and then he threw it right back to Jokic, who gets in the paint. Kicks out MPJ. Lock and load. 3-ball, no. Missed it long. Rudy clears the rebound. Again, a rare miss, and the Wolves, you feel like they have to take advantage every time Denver does miss a shot. Off a staggered screen up top, hits and chucks off in the lane. Runs it up with the right hand. Difficult hit, but he makes it. He's got 15 points. Timeout, Denver. 5:07 left to go in the second quarter. The Wolves are within 11. Crowds trying to get them back in this game. But midway through the second, Denver by 11 on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
Wolves fans want to get playoff tickets right now?
Skating offensive rebound. Put back hammer. Yes!
Become a 2024-25 season member, and you can pick out your seats for the 2024 playoffs today.
Out to McKeel in the corner. A 3-ball splashes home.
Memberships feature phenomenal perks like 25% off concessions and team merch at every Wolves home game. Plus, pay for your membership monthly.
You gotta love it.
Learn more at timberwolves.com/memberships.
Bring the fun to family time with a visit to Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Start by making a splash and memories at the lagoon. Our indoor water park includes a lazy river, an activity pool, and more exciting features. Then hit the lanes at Island Extreme Bowl for some family-friendly competition before you head to our luxurious hotel for a relaxing night away. Book your stay now at ticasino.com. Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Destination fun.
Time for another scoreboard update brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Visit Toyota.com today. Let's go places. Let's go to the one other game that took place earlier this afternoon. The Indiana Pacers routing the beat-up New York Knicks. Led by as many as 40, the Pacers opened the game with a 34-14 first quarter. That set the tone for the entire afternoon. They cruised to a 121-89 victory. That series all knotted at 2 games apiece. We will have Game 5 back at Madison Square Garden coming up Tuesday evening. What about action yesterday, including the Cleveland Cavaliers hosting Game 3 between the Celtics? Cavs, of course, stole that Game 2 at TD Garden, so had some momentum. Celtics snatched it right back with a 106-93 win in Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell, who had 33 on the night, said maybe the Cavs were forcing the issue.
I think there were some times where we tried to hit the home run. I think myself included, the first one I think of is the step back 3, that air bank, just because I'm feeling good, don't need to take that shot. But at the end of the day, I'm not mad at the aggression. I'd rather it be an aggressive mistake than a passive one. So now it's just get ready and figure it out for Monday. So I wouldn't say I'm disappointed or upset, because at the end of the day, like I said, it's aggression, and I'd rather it be an aggressive, mistake than a passive one, if that makes sense.
So Game 4 from Cleveland comes tomorrow night, with the Cavs trailing that series 2-1, and Game 4 in Dallas tomorrow night. Mavs have a 2-1 series lead over the Thunder after their 4-point win yesterday. Back to Alan.
All right, Cal, thank you very much. One of the concerns coming out of Game 3 Friday night was Denver's offense getting on track. Their offensive rating in that game was a 126. That's 126 points per 100 possessions. Their offensive rating in the first 2 games combined was 88, so just 88 points per 100 possessions. Right now in Game 4, it's at a 132. They're shooting 70%. They've hit 5 of 10 from deep. And while they have turned it over 5 times, that's not a huge number. They're being incredibly efficient. And when you build a 16-point lead like Denver has here in the first half, it makes it really difficult to come back when they're not missing shots. They're hitting 70%. 21 of 30, and Jokic is 8 of 10 shooting.
Ever since Minnesota has shut them down in Game 2 and all the accolades they got for doing it, it seems like it's really challenged this Denver Nuggets team. You had some great sound bites of Michael Malone talking about just that before the game.
Jokic has it for the Nuggets from left to right here. Hand off to Murray. Circling off the Jokic screen towards the baseline. 2 defenders on him. Around the back to Jokic. Angle 3 on the way. That's offline. That's the one shot that Jokic still can't hit on. He's 0 for 2 here tonight. And in the series, he's 3 for 15. Here's Ant on the hunt to the free throw line. The Wolves are on a mini 9-4 run here. Trying to get to within single digits. Ant turnaround jumper's no good. Still trailing by 11, 50 to 39.
Still don't have a single second chance point in this game.
Murray to the right side, off the Jokic screen. He'll circle around it again to the left side. Stayed airborne. Jokic right back to Murray on the cut. Out to the corner, KCP. The angle and MPJ. Here's Jokic with it up top. He'll rumble by Rudy. Floats it up down the lane. Shot short. Rudy's got the rebound. Couple of stops in a row, and now Jokic commits the foul. And the Timberwolves tried to push it up quickly. Jokic commits his first foul.
Get it in bounds and get it up the floor. If he wants to sit there and complain, you got to give him the same medicine he gives you when you do the same thing.
No doubt about it. And the Wolves were kind of nonchalant about it. Ant was up in the front court, had to come back to inbound the ball. Ant wants to take it from Nikhil. Now he's got it. Right side, here's Nikhil. To the top of the key, back to the right side, and Ant working on Maria. Baseline drive into traffic, forces one up and got it. Terrific finish, a reverse lay-in for Anthony Edwards. He's got 17.
6-0 run for Minnesota. You got to keep going, get more stops.
Within single digits, down 9. Crowd is into it. Jokic with it left side. 10 on the shot clock, starts to back down. Rudy to the elbow, to the mid-post, still backing. Turns, baseline, dumps it inside to Gordon for a stuff. Cat came on a double. Ant didn't rotate in front of Gordon enough, and Gordon was open for the flush.
There's no reason for Cat to double. Rudy had him.
Cat baseline jumper's no good off the heel. The rebound to Porter Jr. on the push. Denver's got numbers. They look for Jokic down the lane. He'll just go up and jam it over Anthony Edwards. Just like that, a 9-point deficit for the Wolves becomes a 13-point deficit. And pull up left side 3, nails it. Ant just said is enough. 20 points for Ant. Naz Reid has 9. He's the next highest scorer with 9. 54-44. Wolves only down by 10 here. Gordon up into the front court from left to right. Got Cat on him. They get it to Jokic against Gobert, right side. Jokic holds, 8 to shoot, rumbles into the paint, lowers the shoulder. Oh, the shot got blocked. Rudy got a piece of it. Jaden was over there as well. Now Jaden in the front court to Rudy, down the lane, to the corner, Nikhil. Catch and shoot 3, way off. Rebound, Rudy. He's got it, tried to go back up, got it knocked away. Rudy is furious. He's screaming at Carl Lane. Meanwhile, odd man rush, back the other way. 3-ball no for KCP. Now the Wolves want to push. Here's Nikhil up the center of the floor. 2:15 to play. Nikhil down the lane, high off the glass, no. Tip followed by Carl, that wouldn't drop. And MPJ's got the rebound. Hit ahead, Murray under the basket. Hesitates, pump fakes, reverse layup. He missed it. Gordon with an offensive rebound. Denver's got it. 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Gordon crossing over on Nikhil. Baseline drive. Oh, to the bucket. And he jams it with 2 hands. An emphatic flush for Aaron Gordon. And the Nuggets now lead by 12.
The referees have completely lost their minds.
Well, they're completely out of position. Carl Lane just realized there were 2 along the baseline. Here's Jade right side. Cut off by MPJ. The mid-post, he'll pop on a jumper. Hit it. Second field goal of the game for Jaden McDaniels. 10-point game. 1:35 to go in the first half. Murray left side, hounded by McDaniels. Got it across the timeline with less than a second to spare. Murray to the right side, showing no ill effects of the calf injury. Mid-post, right side. Here is Jokic. Stripped from behind by McDaniels. That's got to be a jump ball. Left side, the pass, and errant one. It's out of bounds. Ball don't lie. Wolves got the desired result.
They're letting them play. I mean, they have not called any fouls. There's been all this contact on both ends of the floor, Helen. I mean, unbelievable contact on both ends where you could have called at least 4 or 5 fouls over the last 4 possessions. Unbelievable.
Here's the Ant up the center of the floor. Wolves have a chance again to get to single digits. Left side, McDaniels on the run to the rim. He got pushed. He puts up the shot. It wouldn't drop. McDaniels dropped to the deck, but he'll get helped up and head to the free throw line for 2 shots. And while he's there, let's pause. 10 seconds for station identification all across the Minnesota Timberwolves radio network.
The Wolves play here on the Timberwolves channel on iHeartRadio.
Along with studio host and executive producer Cal Soderquist, I'm Alan Horton. Jim Peterson alongside. Our engineer is Mike Weber. Our statisticians are Dave Handelin and Mike Greenbaum. Our studio coordinators are Alex Leibold and Ben Haney. Glad you're along with us on our flagship here in the Twin Cities. 100.3 FM, KFAN The Fan, Timberwolves mobile app, iHeartRadio app, SiriusXM satellite radio, NBA radio, channel 86 today, and all across the vast and ever-expanding Timberwolves radio network. From Fargo to Duluth, to Rochester, Mankato, and all points in between. James just missed a pair. Wolves come up empty with a minute to go in the first half. Jokic hit ahead, threw it away. Porter Jr. was worried about colliding with free safety Anthony Edwards, who was coming over the middle to do some headhunting. So the Wolves will take it. They get a chance with 56.4 seconds left. Will dribble it up into the front court. He's got 20 here in the first half. It pulls up on a 3 off the Rudy screen and drains it again. 23 for Ant. 56-49. It's a 7-point Denver lead. Here's Gordon bringing it up. Gets by McDaniels. Gordon up into the front court now. Feeds it off to Murray. They've been doing more of that after it didn't go so well with Jamal Murray handling all those responsibilities in the first 2 games. Murray led Jokic perfectly down the lane. They call a hold on Gobert. Jokic had sealed him off, and Jokic checked up his run just a little bit to make it look like he was being held even more. Wolves did have a foul to give, so sideline out of bounds.
Really was grabbing him. It's a good call.
Great pass by Murray. Porter Jr. off the inbound holds. 8 to shoot. Now with 7. Takes a dribble. Feeds it to Jokic against Gobert. Right side of the floor. 3 to shoot. Cross court. Stepping into a 3 is KCP, and he drains it. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Just 2 of 8 from beyond the arc against the Wolves in this series until that one right there. 59-49. 10-point game, Ant with it. 10 seconds to go. Dribbles it off the foot of Gobert. Scooped up by Jokic. Feeds it up ahead. MPJ on a run to the rim, and that's an easy dunk. Cat inbound throws it away. Jamal Murray, half-court shot at the buzzer, and that goes. That is an awful decision by Karl Anthony Towns, who threw it to midcourt. Murray grabbed it, fired a half-court shot, and it was nothing but net. And now the Wolves are down by 15 with 24 minutes left to play in the game.
8-0 run in the last 20 seconds.
8-0. How many seconds?
20.
20 seconds. 64-49 at the half. Cal Soderquist anchors your halftime coverage next, all across the Minnesota Timberwolves radio network.
Anything can happen when you say I'm in to a scratch game from the Minnesota Lottery. Besides cash prizes, some scratch games offer a second chance, so even non-winning tickets can win. Since this is probably music to your ears, we'll say it again in a song. Besides cash prizes, some scratch games offer a second chance, so even non-winning tickets can win. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
Hello, I'm Matt Meyer, 5th-generation farmer from Clearwater, Minnesota, and owner of Thousand Hills Lifetime Grazed Grass-Fed Beef. We believe the tastiest, most nutritious beef comes from cattle that are regeneratively grazed for their lifetime. Never confined to a feedlot, never fed GMO plants or grains, and not exposed to chemical pesticides like glyphosate. Please find our grass-fed beef at Coburn's and your local food co-op. Thousand Hills Lifetime Grazed, nourishing soil, plants, cattle, and people by holistically grazing cattle for their lifetime.
Is it possible to predict the unpredictable? Could surgeons use a patient's own anatomy to create 3D printed life-size organ models to map out challenges ahead of time, making surgery more precise, efficient, and less invasive? Is it possible? It already is, because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
10-point game in with 10 seconds to go. Dribbles it off the foot of Gobert. Scooped up by Jokic. Feeds it up ahead. MPJ on a run to the rim, and that's an easy dunk. Cat inbound throws it away. Jamal Murray, half-court shot at the buzzer, and that goes. That is an awful decision by Karl Anthony Towns, who threw it to midcourt. Murray grabbed it, fired a half-court shot, and it was nothing but net. And now the Wolves are down by 15 with 24 minutes left to play in the game.
8-0 run in the last 20 seconds.
8-0. How many seconds?
20.
20 seconds.
About as disastrous an 8-second stretch can be for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They're down 15 on their home floor with 24 minutes in the books here at this in this game 4 here at the Target Center. 64-49. You heard the guys mention it. 8 points over the final 8 seconds of that second quarter. 5 points in less than 2 seconds of game time. The Jamal Murray half-court heave just in front of the halftime horn. They reviewed it. Basket does stand. So again, Minnesota had it as close as 7 thanks to an Anthony Edwards triple with under 50 seconds to play in this first half, but Denver hitting the gas over those final 8 seconds, and now they've got a 15-point cushion. They've got all the momentum in the world, and they are likely smiling in their visitors' locker room here at the break. Welcome inside the Minnesota Lottery Halftime Show. Cal Soderquist with you from our NBA Tonight studios. We'll get into a few more of those first half highlights from this game 4. We'll also take a look at that first half box score as, again, the Timberwolves down 15 at the break. They trailed by as many as 16 in this first half. Not quite as lopsided as Friday's game 3, as Denver led by as many as 20 in that first half of Friday night, but still not the way we wanted to see this one unfold for a Timberwolves team that is certainly searching for some answers right now. The defending champs seem to have a little extra swagger in their step as they have controlled these first 2 quarters of play here on this Sunday night. We'll also tell you about the other game that took place in Indiana earlier this afternoon as the Pacers get a win to even up their series with the Knicks, 2 games apiece. And then we'll look ahead to third quarter action when Alan chats with assistant coach Corliss Williamson. Let's start, though, with those highlights. A pivotal game 4 for both sides here tonight after Denver got Minnesota's attention with that dominant 27-point win in Friday's game 3. We had another supercharged atmosphere here at tip-off. In the opening minutes of this one, the Timberwolves and Anthony Edwards eager to put game 3 in the rearview mirror, and especially looking like a man on a mission early in that first frame.
That's a second turnover on Denver. Wolves are 5 of 7 from the field and on the attack again. Got to the cup and landed in with the left hand. He's 4 for 4 from the floor. He's got 9. Michael Malone needs a timeout. The Wolves have hit 6 of their first 8 shots. They look like a completely different team than what we saw on Friday night. Early on, 4 minutes gone here in the opening quarter. It's the Wolves 15. It's the Nuggets 9.
Anthony Edwards, ultra aggressive, 9 points in those opening few minutes. He had 11 in that first quarter. Timberwolves managed to open up a lead as large as 7, a little more than halfway through the frame. So like you heard Alan mention, strong start for the home team that certainly had to come out of the gates firing. But the defending champion Denver Nuggets, they settled in and found a rhythm late in that first quarter.
Shot clock is off. Timberwolves don't have a foul to give. Denver can attempt the last shot. Beal can't be too aggressive here against Reggie Jackson. 35 feet out off the Jokic screen. Off to Jokic, 3. Now with 2, a drive by Nas to the baseline. Stop and pop jumper is good at the buzzer. Jokic made that look easy. Denver, they won the first quarter in game 3, 28-20. They win the first quarter here in game 4, 29-24 after the Wolves jumped out to an early 7-point lead.
The 3-time MVP, Nikola Jokic, he had 11 in that first quarter to match Anthony Edwards' output. Jokic and the Nuggets closed that first frame on a 14-2 burst. Timberwolves went ice cold offensively. They missed 9 of their final 10 shots. Denver had a 5-point lead after one, 29-24. It went from bad to worse as far as the Timberwolves were concerned as that run carried into the second.
Jump hook by Kyle Anderson in the paint. That's no good. Jamal Murray's got the rebound. Wolves try to corral him, but Jamal beats him up the floor. Pushes the pace down the lane. Off to Christian Brown. Layup is good. The Wolves need a timeout. 9:39 left to go in the first half. It's Denver up by 15. 26-4 run since midway through, since the 4:13 mark of the first quarter.
Yeah, 14-2 burst to finish up that first frame, and then a 12-2 start to the second from Denver. All of a sudden, you could hear a pin drop inside a sold-out Target Center. The Nuggets had control. They led by as many as 16. Anthony Edwards, you can tell he fully understands how much this one means tonight. He's got 23 first-half points to lead all scorers. A triple from him late in the second quarter with under a minute to play, in fact, got Minnesota to within 7. First time they had been to within single digits, really, for the entirety of that second quarter, save for about a 1 or 2 possession span. But as quick as the Wolves to within 7, Denver answering right back, and again, providing quite the exclamation point to finish up this first half.
Against the Wolves in this series until that one right there, 59-49. 10-point game, and with it, 10 seconds to go. Dribbles it off the foot of Gobert, scooped up by Jokic, feeds it up ahead. MPJ on a run to the rim, and that's an easy dunk. Cat inbound throws it away. Jamal Murray, half-court shot at the buzzer, and that goes. That is an awful decision by Karl Anthony Towns, who threw it to midcourt. Murray grabbed it, fired a half-court shot, and it was nothing but net. And now the Wolves are down by 15 with 24 minutes left to play in the game.
8-0 run in the last 20 seconds.
8-0. How many seconds?
20.
20 seconds.
Yeah, disaster sequence for Karl Anthony Towns and the Timberwolves to end this first half. Again, an 8-0 burst in 20 seconds. 5 straight points from Denver in less than 2 seconds. All of a sudden, when it felt like the Timberwolves, again, trailed by as many as 16, felt like they had worked their way back into the ball game, had the deficit down to 7, but Denver hitting the throttle once again. How about 2 buzzer beaters, 2 literal buzzer beaters from the Nuggets to end each of these first 2 quarters? They have the 64-49 halftime advantage. They have control here in this game 4. And like Jim Peterson mentioned pregame, a 2-2 series going back to Denver would feel a whole heck of a lot different than a 3-1 advantage for the Timberwolves. The good news, still an entire half left to play for Minnesota to muster up some sort of a comeback, but they're going to need to come up with some answers. Specifically for Nikola Jokic, he had 19 first-half points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, also 3 steals, 9 of 15 from the field. Denver as a team shot better than 64% from the field, an efficient 7 of 14 from deep, just 6 turnovers for the Nuggets. They outscored Minnesota inside 34-22 in the paint. Wolves as a team shot 44% from the field. Anthony Edwards leading the way for Minnesota with 23. He did it efficiently, 9 of 12. But no one else able to get into a rhythm. Jaden McDaniels is the other starter with 6 or more points. Naz Reid had 9 off the bench in his 13 first-half minutes, but really no one other than Anthony Edwards getting into much of an offensive rhythm. And the Timberwolves find themselves down 15 at the break. We will take a break, come back, and quickly catch you up on action elsewhere in the association on this Sunday before we get set for a rather important third quarter on the horizon here on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
When it comes to watching the game, it's always nice to sit and savor a delicious snack. And Jack Link's protein snacks always hits the shot. Jack Link's beef jerky is made with 100% beef that's simply seasoned in hardwood smoke to deliver a mouth-watering, flavorful, good source of protein, convenient snack. Jack Link's, the official protein snack of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
The NBA playoffs are here, and we all know playoff mode is a thing. Listen to the evidence. Playoff crowds are going wild. Playoff players are lighting up the court. Even your speakers are in playoff mode. Okay, we'll take it down a notch, but just a notch, because this is the Turn It Up to 11 NBA playoffs. Playoff mode is clearly a thing. This is what you love about playoff basketball. The NBA playoffs presented by Google Pixel continue on ABC, ESPN, and TNT.
At Target, we're home court advantage for the hometown sports fans. And with the Timberwolves season in full gear, we're here to help you gear up and make your game day prep a slam dunk. Hear that? That's what you call a buzzer-beating three-pointer for the win. Time to dish up your famous nachos or put a full-court press on some jalapeno poppers. Then serve up some sweet desserts to celebrate the W. However you do game day, we're here for it at Target and Target.com.
This copyrighted broadcast, the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
You're listening to the Timberwolves Radio Network.
And will dribble it up into the front court. He's got 20 here in the first half. It pulls up on a three off the Rudy screen and drains it again. 23 for Ant. 56-49. It's a 7-point Denver lead.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards and his 23 first-half points, good enough to lead all scorers. That triple got the Wolves to within 7, and it got a somewhat apprehensive home crowd up off their feet as the Wolves were within 7 for the first time in that second quarter. The problem, though, Denver finished the final 20-some seconds of that second quarter on an 8-0 burst, punctuated by a 55-foot half-court heave from Jamal Murray that put the defending champion Nuggets up 15 at the break. They've led by as many as 16 in this first half. They shot 64% from the field. Nikola Jokic leading the way for them with 19 points and 6 rebounds. So the bad news, the Wolves once again staring at a 15-point halftime deficit. That was the case in Friday's Game 3. The good news, 24 minutes to right the ship. We'll take one final pause. We'll get you back inside the arena for second half action next on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
You are our local businesses. You are our community partners, our neighbors, families, and friends. You represent the American dream and uphold the spirit in which it was created. Since 1904, Federated Mutual Insurance Company has been honored to serve and help protect your business. When you need us, we're here to help, face to face. At Federated Insurance, it's our business to protect yours. Rated A+ Superior by AM Best Company.
You're listening to the Timberwolves Radio Network.
At the half, the Nuggets lead the Timberwolves 64-49. It's Game 4. Timberwolves up 2-1, but again, the Nuggets have a 15-point lead at the half. Alan Horton, Jim Peterson, along with you. Corliss Williamson, assistant coach for the Timberwolves, joins us here. And Corliss, boy, we wondered if on Friday night Denver got their offense going, if that would continue. It looks like that is firing on all cylinders once again. What's the biggest thing you guys touched on at the half in terms of trying to find some way to get them to miss some shots?
Well, one thing, Nicola's doing a really good job. He's scoring the ball well for them, so we have to do a better job of trying to double and get the ball out of his hands. And then, some of our rotations have been off, and then we've allowed him to get some three-point shots. So we got to clean those areas up, and hopefully we can do a better job in that.
He's such a big body, but he's able to work his way right from the top of the key and back, whether it's Rudy or Cat or Nas, all the way almost to the restricted areas. Do you have to come with more help to try to prevent that, or how do you be more aggressive in not letting him get to his spots?
Well, there's two parts to that. First of all, our bigs got to give a little more resistance, trying not to let him get to a spot. And then we're going to have to send our smalls, somebody in there to double team, try to get the ball out of his hands, see if we can make some other guys make some plays.
That 8-0 run at the end of the second quarter, that had to be demoralizing because you've worked so hard to get to within 7, and all of a sudden now you're down 15.
Yeah, that's one thing you can't have. You work, like you said, you worked hard to get back into the game and get a flow and got the crowd into it. And then to give up those 8 points is really tough going into halftime, but we'll have to try to rally back and figure out a way to make up for that.
Biggest key on the offensive end, second half?
Continue to share the ball. We've got some good looks out there. We're just not able to finish in the paint, so hopefully we'll do a better job of finishing this half.
Corliss, as always, appreciate the insight. Good luck second half.
All right, thank you, Al.
Corliss Williamson along with us here as the Wolves are down by 15 points. Jim, I just got to imagine that was a big blow at the end of the second quarter, giving up that 8-0 run in 20 seconds.
Well, you look at the plus-minus, Minnesota's bench was getting blown out again. Nikhil's not really been here. Like, he's not showed up these last 2 games. They really need him to perform it. For the most part, it's Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert. I mean, their numbers in the first half, a combined 4 points in the first half, and Towns going 1 of 10. It really, I know the bench has to perform, but those 2 guys have to give you really solid production here in the third quarter.
Ant was sensational in the first half. 23 points, 9 of 12. He was super efficient. Who knows where they'd be if they didn't have his production, but it's been so hard to slow down this Denver offense, which is shooting 64%, 7 of 14 from deep. I mean, their offensive rating has come down a little bit to a 126 from a 132, but that's still a monster number.
I really like it. They're going to get the ball out of Jokic's hands. He's been able to operate so efficiently. His shot chart is ridiculous. All those green dots in the painted area, so they have to get the ball in his hands. Make somebody else beat you besides Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic.
You can't continue to go down the road. He had 19 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. He was unbelievable in the first half. Jamal Murray had 6 assists very quietly, 7 points only because he got to that half-court shot. Jamal Murray on the attack, left side, gets to the cup and lays it in. Denver picks up right where they left off. 66-49. They lead by 17. It matches their largest lead of the game. Mike Conley up the center of the floor from left to right here in the second half. Off to Rudy, right back to Mike. Frees himself with KCP. Pops on a 3 and connects. 14-point Denver lead.
When Jamal Murray's coming off those screens like last time, I mean, I don't know what Carl thinks, who's going to stop him, but waving your arm into the driving lane of Jamal Murray is not going to stop him from scoring the basketball.
Here's Murray fading baseline. Difficult shot, but once he gets in a rhythm, those become routine. 4 straight points for Jamal Murray. He's 5 of 7 shooting. He's got 11.6 assists. 68-52. Conley, right side. Here's Anthony Edwards. Catch and shoot 3. I mean, Ant is just catching it and firing away. And they're all dropping. It's incredible.
There's not been much ball movement when it comes to Anthony Edwards in this game. He is catching it, as you said, just firing the basketball with great success.
The Wolves 11 assists, only 7 turnovers at the half. Not exactly a sterling assist-to-turnover ratio. MPJ takes a rumble in the lane. Kind of hesitated, got tripped up. The ball falls to Gordon. And boy, when you get it rolling, everything starts to drop. And Gordon just scooped up the loose ball and hit the 8-footer. 70-55. Towns with it up top. Catch and shoot 3 on the way is good. Cat gets it to drop. So Cat only had 14 points in game 3. He has had while he has had his best postseason by far of his career this year, still so many games for Cat under 15 points in his postseason career. We'll touch more on that. Michael Malone calls an early timeout. The Wolves are within 12, 70-58 on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
Keep the fun close to home with Treasure Island's 2-night staycation hotel package. Start your stay by playing your way through our newest slots with $50 free slot play. Go beyond the gaming floor and experience more of the island with a $75 gift card to our restaurants, bars, gift shop, and more. When it's time to unwind, make your way to our luxurious hotel for 2 relaxing nights away. Book your stay now at TICasino.com. Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Destination fun.
TimberTech and TimberTech.com not only are the best in the business, but the decks they develop and the decks they build are the highest of quality. In fact, you will endure a lifetime of happiness with that deck with TimberTech. So ask for TimberTech when putting together your next project. And that also can include porches. TimberTech.com is where you find the free samples. Once again, start at TimberTech.com.
Hey, honey, the battery light on my dash lit up. I think I'll take it to a shop today.
Really? I can take care of that.
Are you sure?
Of course. Okay, got my battery. Let's just drop it in and...
Are you okay out there?
I think so.
Should my car be smoking like that?
Some things are better left to the professional. When you need your vehicle fixed, trust your local repair facility. And when you need a battery, trust FVP. Visit FVPparts.com for an installer near you.
When it comes to watching the game, it's always nice to sit and savor a delicious snack. And Jack Link's protein snacks always hits the shot. Jack Link's beef jerky is made with 100% beef that's simply seasoned in hardwood smoke to deliver a mouth-watering, flavorful, good source of protein, convenient snack. Jack Link's, the official protein snack of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
58, the Nuggets lead the Timberwolves here at Game 3, 10-14 left to go in the third quarter of play. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, after shoot-around today, was asked about what goes into recovering from a tough loss like the Wolves had in Game 3.
Mentality. We're not one to hang our heads. We might be hard on ourselves, but we're definitely not one to hang our heads and feel like we're down. We understand that not everything's going to go perfect and as planned, and we're able to, I think one thing that's kind of cool about our team is that we can just laugh at each other. Like, we can look at that game and laugh and say, yeah, man, we got kicked. Got our asses kicked, and then come out on top and be ready to go. I think it comes with like a little lightheartedness to be able to move on, short-term memory, and just be better the next game.
Well, I don't know if the Wolves are laughing at this one when it's happening for the second straight game. But with that being said, as dominant as Denver's been, it's a 12-point game. This is still very much in reach, and there is a ton of time left in this one.
Just watching Ant coming out of the timeout here, too, that going through with Jaden McDaniels, a little bit of an instructional there of how to get through screens and what to do once you get through. Rudy Gobert right there listening in, but the positivity from Anthony Edwards out of the timeout has been unbelievable to watch. That's the maturity. The IQ, the emotional IQ of Anthony Edwards is very high.
Here's Jokic up top out of the timeout, guarded by Towns. Here's Murray. Switched on to Towns. Jaden switches back, but there was a brief opening there, and Jamal Murray fires away and drains the triple. Neither team has missed here in the third quarter. Nuggets now 4 for 4. Wolves are 3 for 3, and all their three shots have been three-point attempts. 73-58, down by 15. Conley runs off the Rudy screen, left side. Up top, and gets scored. Little fake into the paint, rises up. 14-footer on the way is short. Jade keeps the rebound alive. Cat's got it right side. Along the baseline, he'll finger roll it up. Wild shot, no. He's 2 for 12 shooting. Here comes Jamal Murray and the Nuggets from right to left. KCP inside to the corner, and Gordon. They have a foot on the line. I don't think so. 76-58. A three ball by Aaron Gordon. He's 2 for 2 from long range. He hit 3 threes in game 3, hit 3 threes in game 2. He's on pace again here in game 4. And the drive. Finish with the left hand. No. Towns offensive rebound. Put back. Falling backwards is off the glass and in. This was complaining for a foul call. I mean, at this point, just forget about complaining, right? Like, just wasted energy.
Just get
You're
back.
not going to get a call.
You're not going to change the call, exactly.
Yep. Here's Jokic. Towns tried to reach in, poke it free. 7 to shoot. Jokic, backdoor cut by Murray to the corner. KCP lines up the 3. It's in and out. No, it's got the rebound. Got to go. Up the center of the floor. Bounce pass left side. Here's Conley along the baseline. He'll drop it back. Rudy to the rim. Dunk with 2 hands. And a whistle and a foul in there as well. So it'll be a 3-point opportunity for Rudy Gobert. Boy, as soon as that shot missed, especially from the corners, you got to take that long rebound and go. It's one of the rare corner 3-point misses for Denver.
Yeah, it really is.
But it's a great chance when those shots miss in particular to push it up the floor.
Third foul for Nikola Jokic, but you're right. I mean, get some energy in the building, too. Get a fast break opportunity. I don't think Rudy Gobert gets enough credit for how conditioned he is as an athlete, the way that he runs the floor, time in and time out. He is a great athlete, and he showed it right there.
Free throw for Rudy is good. 3-point play. 76-63. Nuggets by 13. Did you say the Wolves were on their corner threes in game 3? 0 for 7?
0 for 7.
0 for 4 tonight.
Towns picks up a foul in transition for no reason. Just comes up, presses up on Nikola Jokic. That's got to be at least the 3rd or 4th foul that Jokic has drawn in transition, just bringing the ball up the floor. Unbelievable.
Murray with it, snaps off a chest pass inside. KCP to the rim, no, but a slam follow for Aaron Gordon, just hanging out in the dunker spot. He attacks and slams over Rudy. Rudy had to come over to help with KCP. 78-63. Yeah, the Wolves were a 41% corner 3-point shooting team, top 10 in the NBA, and 0 for 11 over the last 2 games. Jaden makes it 0 for 12. Corner 3, no. Cat put back, that drops in. Offensive rebound, second chance points, but the Wolves still with plenty of work to do, down by 13. Gordon will bring it up here. He's met by Rudy at the 3-point. Murray comes to the right side, takes a dribble handoff. Jaden is on him. Off the Jokic screen. Now Murray gets around Towns again. Open space, fires on the 3, and buries it. That's the second time here in the quarter that Murray is rubbed off the Jokic screen. Karl has come out on him, and before Jaden can get back in the recover, there's that little gap, and he's buried 2 threes. Cat in the paint to the rim, the layup, no, but a whistle and a foul. And Cat will go to the free throw line for 2, and as Rudy comes down to help him up, he slips to the floor, and now Rudy is down. You know it's not going well when you come over to help your teammate and you go down too.
And really, the way that he went down, he could have really hurt his knee in the process.
Yeah, it's always scary right there. Oh, kind of wrenches.
That's his bad knee that has the brace on it as well. I take that back. It's the other knee. It's another one of those situations there where Towns drives to the rim and could have had one opportunity. He misses the layup again and now has to make 2 free throws.
Timberwolves basketball tonight brought to you in part by Mayo Clinic, your source for medical answers, and by U.S. Bank, proud to be the official bank of the Timberwolves. You could hear the result of that first free throw attempt. Timberwolves are 7 of 12 at the free throw line. They've missed 5 freebies. Once again, crowd tries to get behind their team, trying to just lift them. Down by 16 points. Second free throw is good. It's 81-66. 7:15 left to go, third quarter. Aaron Gordon brings it up on Anthony Edwards. Now Jokic open, top of the key. Dumps it inside. Gordon's wide open, gives it back to Jokic. Runner short. Jokic offensive rebound. Takes the dribble, kick out. Jamal Murray up top. Side steps to his left, fires for the 3. Off the back iron, no. Wolves have the rebound. Ant's got some space. Picked up by KCP. Gets airborne to the corner of McDaniels. Now Towns. He'll fire on a triple. Way long. Air ball. Didn't get back to Jokic. Fortunately, the Nuggets throw it away. Gordon. His half-court pass to Jokic. Way offline, out of bounds. Cats now 4 of 15 shooting and really pressing.
It's exactly what you don't want to see, too. You don't want to see somebody think they can make a 14-point play with one shot. I mean, he really was not even open on that last attempt. It was quick. He had more time.
There's Conley. 2-man game with Rudy, who stops in the lane. His pass to the wing is picked off by Michael Porter Jr. Turnover on the Timberwolves. It's just their 8th of the game. Here's MPJ. Rises for a 3. That's no good. The Wolves are down 15. They've got possession. Still 6 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Nikola Jokic has 4 personal fouls on him, by the way. How about going at him a little bit?
Towns doubled right side. He'll drive the baseline. Rises up. Got his shot blocked. And a jump ball is called by Scott Foster.
How difficult is it for Karl Anthony Towns to try to operate now offensively? So many bodies around him. Double team that time. Trying to split the double team. Goes to the basket. Looked like he got a lot of contact, but it's going to be a jump ball instead.
We'll see who he jumps it up with. It should be Michael Porter Jr.
Should be, yes.
So Nikhil and Nas check in. Rudy and Mike sit down.
Minnesota trying to find a lineup that can give them a little bit of a spurt that can both get stops and score.
Scott Foster will toss it up. Towns and Michael Porter Jr. Towns wins the tip. Shot clock is down to 8. Here's Nikhil up top to Ant. Edwards with 26 points. Off the Towns screen on the right side. Inside the arc. Drives in on Porter Jr. Spins. Fall away. Off glass of the buzzer. Count it. Just like everything else he's thrown up here tonight. It drops in. 11 of 16 shooting. 28 points for Anthony Edwards.
Minnesota adding to more second chance points. They finally have 6 in the game.
Here's Gordon on the handoff to Jamal Murray. Left-handed dribble against Ant to the free throw line. Ant muscles him up. He's got to be careful with that off arm. He's got it right in the hip. Murray fades. Difficult shot. No good. Nikhil the rebound. Wolves want to increase the pace. Nikhil's on the move. Up into the front court. Takes the handoff to Cat. Still with it. Now terminates the dribble. Ant's got it left side against Murray. 5:19 left to go in the third. Ant sitting on 28 points. Doubled up top. Cat shoves off on MPJ. A whistle and a foul. It's going to be on Porter Jr. on the perimeter. He didn't move the feet quick enough. Got in front of Cat illegally. So that will be the third team foul on Denver. Sideline out of bounds. And the one thing about Cat, I mentioned he's pressing. That's what's made him so good this postseason. He has not been pressing his game
exactly
offensively
right,
up until
100%.
this point.
He's made the easy play.
Inbound comes to in. It's at the hash mark far side. He'll just rise up for the deep 3. Why not? 31 for Anthony Edwards. He's keeping the Wolves in the game. Yeah. 81-71. It's a 10-point game.
No Jokic in the game right now really is kind of buoyed Minnesota a little bit. The easy buckets aren't coming right now.
Gordon the drive and a kick to the corner. Holiday an open 3. I mean, that's too easy between two guys who aren't named Jokic and Murray.
Yeah. 3 of 4 right now for Justin Holiday off the bench.
Gordon's got 4 assists to go along with 21 points and 6 rebounds. And against Gordon, spin move at the elbow, steps through to the cup. Wow, his footwork is just incredible. 33 points for Anthony Edwards, 84-73. It's an 11-point Denver lead. Gordon initiating. Now Murray comes to on the handoff against Ant. And out of the tight coverage off the Gordon screen. Now Murray bumped by Towns. Kick out Holiday. Angle 3 on the way. That's off the rim. No. And the Wolves have the rebound. Denver's missed 5 of their last 6 shots.
Great box up by Jaden that time.
And spins in the lane. He's got 2 defenders on him. He terminates the dribble. Kick out Jaden McDaniels. 12 on the shot clock. Jaden with the left-handed dribble to the elbow. He'll rise up with a jumper. That's well short. Not a great shot attempt. There's Gordon fouled coming up the court by Jaden McDaniels.
I just feel like anytime one of their bigs has the basketball and is driving up the court, they just fall down. It's a terrible call by the official. Jaden's pressed up, yes, but he just basically falls to the ground. It's the same thing that Nikola Jokic does, so lesson learned.
So a timeout has been called by Mike and Nori. They're going to challenge this. They need a little change of momentum here. This will be really interesting to see how this one goes, because there is some contact. The question is it marginal or is it more than marginal? It's a media timeout as well, so we'll step aside. We'll give you the results of the challenge when we come back. 3:49 left to go in the third. Denver leads Minnesota here in Game 4 by 11 on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
Why do we say I'm into basketball? Because basketball's exciting. Like catching a T-shirt from a cannon or feeling the pulse of a packed arena. There's the in-your-face slam dunks, the highlight reel alley-oops, and the three-point buzzer beaters. It all gets your heart pounding. Just like playing the lottery. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
Thanks for calling Toyota. This is Jan.
Hi, Jan. I just adopted a new best friend, and I'm looking for a Toyota so we can make the most out of summer.
With a new RAV4, you can take your pup for a drive up the coast. You can take a Prius to the park for some tug-of-war. Or you can take a Tundra to kayak at a remote lake.
One problem, Jan.
Oh?
My new best friend's a cat.
Your summer starts here, but it all ends June 3rd. Toyota, let's go places. Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details.
Cal Soderquist with another scoreboard update. About 16 minutes away from the Denver Nuggets, desperate to tie this series up at 2 games apiece. Well, the Dallas Mavericks will have an opportunity to do that when they host Game 4 tomorrow night. They've check that. They've got a 2-1 series lead. It's the Thunder that want to win in Dallas tomorrow night to even the series at 2 games apiece. Thunder also had a 10-point lead late in the third quarter of last night's Game 3. Then the Mavs ripped off a 15-0 run. Here's their head coach, Jason Kidd, on what message maybe spurred that rally.
It was more or less that we just had to keep our mental in a positive place. It's easy to get frustrated. So, just talking about staying positive, staying together, and that we have to do this as a group. It's not just one person who's going to pull us out of this hole. And I thought the group responded in a positive way.
So after splitting the first 2 in Oklahoma City, the Mavs rallied for that win last night at home, a 105-101 result. They've got a 2-1 series lead. They can take a commanding 3-1 advantage with a win tomorrow night. Again, Game 4 tomorrow night from Dallas, Game 4 tomorrow night in Cleveland as well, as the Cavs trail their series with the Celtics 2-1. One final from earlier this afternoon. Indiana Pacers even their series up with the Knicks 2 games apiece after a 121-89 victory. That update brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Let's go places. Specifically back to Alan and Jim.
All right, Cal, thank you very much. 84-73. Timberwolves are within 11. We have 3:49 left to go in the third quarter. Timberwolves called a timeout, and the flashing green light, which is the indicator courtside that a challenge has been made. But it didn't look like there was any kind of announcement, and I actually don't think there was a challenge now.
They took it back.
Or the Wolves lost the challenge, but there's been no indication on the stat monitor. Denver's definitely going to have the ball. So the question is, did the Wolves lose their challenge? 84-73. We'll get details on that. In the front court, Justin Holiday inbounds to Christian Brown with Murray, Caldwell Pope, and Aaron Gordon. Gordon has not missed from the field tonight. He's 9 for 9 shooting. Against Nasri, top of the key, handoff to Murray. Murray probes on Nas, who switched on him. Now Christian Brown on the attack against Kyle Anderson in the lane. The shot, no, but a foul on Kyle Anderson. Well, I guess the Wolves were not allowed their challenge because they are looking back at their second row on whether or not to, you got him on the arm. They will not challenge this. So they clearly still have a challenge.
Why is Kyle asking them to challenge when he so clearly hits him on the wrist? It's done. I'm confounded by it. Why would a player do that? It drives me crazy every time I see a big do it. That's why I say don't trust bigs.
So Kyle fit in that category?
He does in this one. Did he completely hit him on the wrist that time?
Absolutely. Right in the forearm. I wonder, well, you tell me, were there times where you didn't realize that you fouled someone?
No, I pretty much knew when I fouled somebody. Because if you hit the ball or the arm, I mean, how do you not know that?
That's why I asked that question, because so many people don't think they fouled. Nas gets his shot blocked in the rim by KCP. Christian Brown hit 2 free throws, and it's 86-73. Denver's got it again from right to left. They're still shooting 61% in this game and 50% from deep. They're on pace to do what they did in Game 3 when they were shooting 61% after 3 quarters. Here's Murray baseline. His pass deflected. It comes right back to him, and then he lost it out of bounds. A rare mistake by the Nuggets at the offensive end. Turnover number 9.
You said this earlier in the first half, too, is that when you get a stop, you almost think you need to score every single possession and get a stop. It's really where we're at right now, being down 13.
Ants got it up top. A little shoulder fake on Gordon. Freed himself momentarily. Now he'll pull up on the straightaway 3. It was well contested by Gordon. It came up well short. Murray snares the rebound. Denver's up by 13. They've got possession. No Jokic on the floor, sitting with 4 fouls. Will likely come back to start the 4th. Murray trying to get away from McDaniels. The Wolves might want to think about challenging this one.
Jamal Murray is hooking Jaden McDaniels as Jaden is just trying to veer him away from his driving line.
I can only imagine the going back to the Wolves not challenging or not being allowed to challenge. They may have waited too long. You have what, like 30 seconds to challenge a play?
You called timeout. I mean,
they did call a timeout, so they should have taken that back too, but it was too late. 86-73, Denver by 13. Gordon, perimeter, right side, gets Nas, drives on him, throws it up off glass. Nobody drew the foul. Nas commits his 3rd. And free throws coming up here for the Nuggets.
I just don't think that Aaron Gordon could be playing any better for his team right now. He's perfect from the floor. He's got 21 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. He's going to the line again here now. He's been fantastic. He's been Denver's best player in a lot of ways.
I mean, he's coming off a really good Game 3. 13 points, 5 assists in that one, 2 steals. But you're right, he's been better tonight. It's been markedly better.
I mean, you've held. I mean, Michael Porter Jr. hasn't done much in the game. He's 2 of 4. He's not hit a 3 yet in the game. He's not shot a free throw either. So Porter Jr. has 4 points, but it's been the big 3 of Murray, Jokic, and Gordon that's gotten it done. And then their bench has just been way better than Minnesota's bench. No 2 ways about it.
2 free throws good for Gordon, 88-73. Meanwhile, it's been all Ant for the Timberwolves. He's got 33. The next highest scorer has 11. That's Cat. Into the front court, Conley with it. Looking right side, trying to get it to Ant. Christian Brown all over him. Nikhil up top off of Kyle Anderson's screen. Baseline, Nikhil attacks. Now drops it back out. Kyle with it. Nas up top, catch and shoot 3 with 3 on the shot clock. Missed it long, and the rebound to KCP. Jamal Murray wants to slow things down. Just over 2 minutes to go, 3rd quarter, up by 15. Denver's followed the same recipe as Game 3. A monster end of 1st quarter, beginning of 2nd quarter run to get their separation. They've held on ever since. Murray just knifes through the defense. His finger roll floater is up and in. He made that look easy. He's got 19. 1:45 left to go in the 3rd. And with it right side, up top to Nas. He'll take a dribble drive off of glass. road. 24-5 all-time in postseason NBA history. 24-5. Inbound Jokic. He turns, dribbles right to the cup, and the layup is good. Somehow he got there before everybody else. Timeout Minnesota, 115-107. That's 35 points. That's 7 rebounds. That's 7 assists for Nikola Jokic. And again, inside the arc tonight, he has been sterling. 14 of 21 shooting. And his shot chart is like a Christmas tree. It is all green.
He's got 4 turnovers in the game. It's
about the only thing he's done wrong.
He's turned it over a couple times.
He's been prone to turnovers in this series. Yeah. He had 11 in the first 2 games, but he's 3 for 3 shooting at the rim. He's 10 of 16 on his floaters. That's 63%. Again, he has led the NBA in floater field goal percentage for 5 consecutive years. His touch in that area is unlike maybe any other player in NBA history. It's that good.
And that's why I say, and I don't know, I played against Moses Malone, I played against Kareem, I played against Hakeem Olajuwon, I played against some of the great players, so I have good perspective on the greatest centers of all time. And I have to say, I did not play against Shaquille O'Neal, but I covered him his entire career. And it seems to me that Nikola Jokic is more dominant than Shaquille O'Neal. Yep. The way that he controls the game and the way he's so unstoppable. I mean, yeah, he doesn't have the power of Shaquille O'Neal, but he's definitely got the effectiveness and the team play, the passing, Alan, the way that he controls the game on both ends. He's unbelievable. He's an all-time great.
And Shaq certainly didn't have the shooting touch that Jokic has. He's just unbelievable. Conley, quick trigger 3 in the corner. No. Christian Brown with a rebound. Jokic into the front court. Shot clock is off. Timberwolves will not foul. And this game is over. 10 seconds left, and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope will do the honors and dribble this one out. Back-to-back dominant performances from the Denver Nuggets. They win games 3 and 4 here at Target Center to even this best-of-7 series at 2 games apiece. 35 for Jokic to go along with 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 19 points, 8 assists for Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon. A monster couple of games for the Nuggets. He goes for 27 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. This Target Center crowd files toward the exits, disappointed not to see their 56-win team take at least 1 on the home floor. Nuggets take games 3 and 4. We're headed to Denver Tuesday night, tied at 2 games apiece. This is Minnesota Timberwolves basketball.
We are professionals. We are family and friends. We are volunteers. We are community partners. We are a team dedicated to helping you succeed. We help protect and serve America's businesses. When you need us, we're here to help. At Federated Mutual Insurance Company, it's our business to protect